Today we have assembled here to mourn the said demise of Thiru R.Krishnamoorthy and Thiru Alagiriswami, designated senior advocates of the Madras High Court and former Advocate General of the state. Sri R. Krishnamurthy, senior advocate and former Advocate General, attained the lotus feet of the Almighty on the 18th day of October 2022. He was born on 8th December 1930 to Thiru Ramachandra Udayar and Tirumadi Krishnammal in Palayanur, a remote village in the 10 district, Tanjavur district, now Thiruvarur district. He hails from a reputed agriculture family. His father died very early when Thiru R.Krishnamoorthy was 7 years of age. Even his mother also passed away very early. He was brought up under the care and guidance of his elder brother, Mr. R. Venugopalaswami Udayar. There was no school in his village. As in those days, he had his basic primary education through a private tutor at his village, and thereafter completed his elementary education in a nearby village, namely Kuttanallur. He then went on to complete his middle and high school studies at P.S. Sivasami Ayyar School, Thirukattupalli. He completed his graduation at St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli. After completing his graduation, he joined the Madras Law College. It is pertinent to state that he was the first graduate in his village and also a first generation lawyer. It would also be relevant to state that their family runs a recognized private school for classes up to 8th standard. On his completion of graduation, he enrolled with the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry in the year 1955. He had served as an apprentice under the Honorable Mr. Justice K. Veerasamy, who later became the Honorable Chief Justice of the Madras High Court. He joined as a junior under Mr. K.S. Naidu, who was the first elected chairman of the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. He had also worked under the Honorable Mr. Justice G. Ramanujam when he was the government pleader representing the state of Tamil Nadu. Sri R. Krishnamurthy was appointed as a government pleader of this court in the year 1978. Being a quiet and unobtrusive lawyer, he came to be appointed as the Advocate General of this court in August 1980. He was designated as a senior counsel on 13th December 1981. He continued as an Advocate General till February 1989. During his 9 years of stint as an Advocate General, he had appeared for the state of Tamil Nadu not only before this court but also in the Honorable Supreme Court. He had also represented before the Income Tax Department. He had also served as a chairman of the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry between 1984 and 1988. He was again appointed as an Advocate General in April 1994, which he continued to hold up to August 1996. During this period, as an Advocate General, he had appeared in all the constitutional and highly sensitive cases positively defending the state of Tamil Nadu. After the stint of office of the Advocate General, he continued his practice before this court and had been looked upon by the legal fraternity not only on the expertise of law but also upon him to learn the art of advocacy. It has also been difficult to learn how he maintained his very pleasant attitude always in the court. He had always been kind and gentle, and there was not even a moment one could have found him without a smile. He had also held various positions on being nominated to various committees of this court. He was a member of the committee constituted by the Madras High Court to recommend the names of the lawyers who could be designated as senior counsel. He was also a member of the editorial committee of leading journals, namely Law Weekly and Watts Service Law Cases. He also held the post of President of the Madras Bar Association between 2008 and 2010. He was a member of the research committee constituted by the state government to recommend the panel of names to be appointed as member of Lokayukta. Apart from his hectic professional schedule of the Social Friend, he has been the president of Narada Gana Sabha, a premier cultural organization for almost a quarter century. He was a Freemason from 1955, holding the rank of past Deputy Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of India. He was also actively engaged in the affairs of the Rotary Club of Madras from 1974. He became the charter president of the Rotary Club of Madras, T. Nagar, in the year 1988, and had been in charge of conducting the election for the office of the district governors and members of the nominating committee of the Rotary Club. He had served in the boards of the several public limited companies as a directors, a board of management of Sri Sivaswami Kalalaya, and was also a member of the board of trustees for PST group of colleges in Coimbatore. He was also the president of Madhya Kailas, a renowned temple in Chennai. Sri R.Krishnamoorthy is a man of integrity and principles. He had a well-disciplined life, both professionally and privately. He used to charm everyone with a smiling face at all times. He was fond of music and classical dance. His dedication to profession and encouraging junior members of the bar was unparalleled. He had the habit of collection of pens and wristwatches. He maintained professional ethics to the core distinctively and kept the relationship of bar and bench excellently throughout his professional career, especially while holding the position of Advocate General for the second time in 1994. He was called on to be the Advocate General in the year 1994 when there was advocates' agitation as to then existed situation likely to create disharmony with reference to maintaining relationship between the judiciary and the government. He accepted many of the Mufassal and Ephesian advocates to have their practices shifted to this High Court. He has treated his juniors and their respective families as that of his extended family and used to take part in their family functions as head of the family. He allowed his juniors to practice independently in order to explore their ability in any branch of law. Remarkably, his conduct in the court and fairness are known factors to all concerned. It is also to be noted that after the MGR government was dismissed on 17th February 1980, governor rule was imposed. But more importantly, the then governor, Sri P.C. Alexander, said that he did not want to replace Sri R.Krishnamoorthy, who had submitted his resignation and was willing to quit. The general practice had been to appoint a new Advocate General when a new government comes into office. However, the governor, Sri P.C. Alexander, has believed that it would be wrong to replace the existing incumbent and therefore decided to let Sri Krishnamurthy to continue as Advocate General of the state. That shows Sri R.K.'s greatness. Late R. Krishnamurthy was blessed with a happy family. Wife Tirumadi Kanakambigai predeceased a year ago. His elder daughter, Mrs. Renuka Devi, is married to Mr. Chandramohan, presently director in Child Trust Hospital, Nungambakam. His son, Mr. Sundareswaran, is also a law graduate and is married to Mrs. Iswari. His younger daughter, Mrs. Radha, is married to R. Vingadachalam, son of Mr. NPV Ramasamy Udayar, founder of Sri Ramachandra Medical Foundation and Research Institute, a deemed to be university. He is blessed with grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Thiru K. Alagiriswami, senior advocate, was born on 15 September 1935 at Vatra, Sirivilliputtur, Ramna district, to Thiru A. Kupusami Naidu and Tirumadi K. Ellammal. He did his schooling at the Hindu High School, Sirvilliputtur, and graduated from the Loyola College, Madras in the year 1956 and took his law degree from the Madras Law College in the year 1959. During his college days, Sri R. Alagiriswami was an active sportsperson. He was the captain of Loyola College basketball team and vice captain of the Madras University basketball team. He was also a member of college football team and boxing team. He represented Gandhinagar Club, Adayar Madras, and Kasamportan Club, Srivilliputtur in various tennis tournaments. Sri K. Alagiriswami did his apprenticeship under Mr. Ramanujam, the then government leader who went on to become a judge of our High Court in the year 1969. After enrollment as an advocate on 15/12/1961, he served as a junior advocate in the illustrious chamber of Justice V. Ramasamy and Justice S. Mohan, retired judges of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Sri K. Alagiriswami was appointed as the Central Government Standing Counsel in the year 1969 and held that post for 7 long years till the year 1976. He had served as a secretary of the Rule Committee of the Madras High Court from August 1982 till 1989. Thereafter, he was appointed as Advocate General of Tamil Nadu in February 1989 and served in the said post till the year 1991. He was the syndicate member of Hon'ble University during the year 1989-91. He was also elected and served as the president of MBA during the year 2010 and 2012. On 15/12/2021, the Madras Bar Association has honored him on completion of 50 years standing at the bar on the eve of the Law Day. On 13th November 2018, the Madras Bar Association honored and felicitated him on the MBA Seniors Day along with several other senior members, those who have completed 80 years of age. As a top officer of the state, he has immensely assisted the bar and also the bench by making huge contribution to the growth of law on various fields. More importantly, in the case of Annapurni Ammal versus Ramasamy Nayakar, AAR 1990 Madras 361, there was an agreement executed between the plaintiff and the defendant for sale of certain property, and that part consideration was received by the defendant. The defendant himself unilaterally fixed the date for rest of the payment prior to the date fixed earlier in the agreement. The matter was referred to the full court. Sri Alagiriswami argued that the reduction of time unilaterally by the defendant is unlawful, and the court has held that the defendant once agreed to fix the time cannot unilaterally reduce the time limit. This has become the law. We have been following it up. In Jitendra Lottery Agency versus State of Tamil Nadu 1991 2 MLJ 595, amendment made in Tamil Nadu General Sales Tax Rules 1959, introducing the requirement of maintaining day-to-day sales cum stock account on dealers of lottery ticket was challenged. It is held that there is no arbitrariness as a result of the introduction of the imbued rules, nor are there any restrictions for the dealer to deal with the lottery tickets. Hence, the allegation that the imbued rules are violative of Article 14(19)(1)(g) of the Constitution is without substance. And this is how he has contributed for the march of the law. By gifting these legal ratios to the High Court for the interest of the common man, he lived quietly and peacefully, passed away after brief illness on 1/2/2021. Although he is not with us, the aforesaid judgments will speak about his contribution to the march of law. We prayed the Almighty God to rest the departed soul in eternal peace as a mark of respect. As a mark of respect, let us observe 2 minutes silence. As a mark of regard and respect to the departed soul, there is no any sitting for the rest of the day.